All right, good to see you all again. I wanted to stop in and talk about some things. The big topic right on my thumbnail: why do we prep? Why prep? And I want to talk about two different types of people, two different types of messages that I get, at least on a monthly basis. Those of you that have been around, you kind of know my channel. You know my vibe. You know when it's time to be serious, I get serious. I do have some humor. I do have some different ways of communicating that's different. You'll know I'm not just a cookie cutter channel trying to be like every other channel that's out there. But there's the first type of person, and they may see one of my videos, and they're the type of person that says, "Dude, you're taking this too serious. You're trying to be prepared and things with stores and talking about our gas prices, our food prices, everything going up, and talking about how some shortages take place from time to time, and someone says, hey, you're just taking this way too serious. You need to chill out, you need to calm down, maybe talk about something else. That's one type of person. Then on the other end of the spectrum, I also get, maybe on the same video, somebody will comment or send me a message or comment right on the video, and they'll say, all right, dude, you joke around too much. You're not taking this serious enough. You're just kind of downplaying everything. You need to ramp up your seriousness. So just like in every area of life, look, you can't please everyone. I wish I could. I wish that I could come up with a channel that would just please everybody across the board. It would please the non-preppers. It would, you know, please the preppers, the serious preppers. It would please the survivalists. Because, I get those from time to time. You say, hey, man, you're not a survivalist. You're not going to live. You're not going to survive in a major time. Okay, I get that. I'm not a survivalist. I understand that. But if I could, I would. If I could please the Democrats and the Republicans, and we all could get along in happy harmony, and look, the independents could join the party. You're just not going to. Religion. We talk religion. We could please everybody. Okay, I'm not even going to start naming them because I'm afraid I'll start offending people or I'll leave something out. Look, you're not going to please. You're not going to. Somebody's going to take something that we say online, or if you see something on TV, you're going to have a divided group, maybe multiple groups that believe other things or just don't agree with what you're saying or even how you're saying it. But the bottom line, let's talk about my thumbnail for a second that I put. That's a picture of one of my local stores. And I want to bring up a couple things to your attention on this. The shelves look full on the front side, but as you kind of look, you do see some holes. And you can also notice they're not stacked front to back like a lot of shelves used to be. They're just not there, top to bottom. Just you can see, you can notice there's not a lot behind the fronted stacks. In fact, the red box, that's on the middle of my picture that you'll see on my thumbnail, right at the top of the box near the middle. That's actually where like Keystone Meats used to go, and I've covered up the little yellow tags, but it still shows the places where the Keystone Meats used to be. But you see in the picture there's no Keystone Meats. There's no cans of the meats. It's actually they've just shifted over and brought over some great value chicken and some great value meat just to cover the front of that area. Not even to fill that, just enough to just kind of cover it and front it. So they're just moving stuff around to cover holes. Okay, now look, that is a serious issue. Now, if I'm trying to discuss something to somebody, they say, hey, Jerry, hey, House of Prep, why prep? Why should we prep? Go ahead, sell me on it. If I come up to somebody, like maybe even a family member, and you know what I'm talking about, right? We've all dealt with this at some point in our life. We've tried to discuss something with somebody on why we prep. Now, you can take different approaches, and I'm not here to judge. I'm not here to say one approach is better than the other. I'll probably get in trouble just for having some fun with this too. But if I go to a family member or someone and I say, okay, hey, look, you need to prep. Look, we're running in shortages. The stores are going to empty. There's not going to be any food. We're all going to die, and people are going to be pounding on your door, and they're going to be jumping in your windows. They're going to take your wife and your kids, and they're going to sell them, and then they're going to take all you, and you're going to be bound, and then you're not going to have any water, and you're not going to have any food, and then that's when the government's going to come take you, and then after they're done with you, and then the zombie hordes come in, and then after that the aliens are going to come and get you, and then after that the weather's going to turn, and everything's going to dry up, and then after that the insects are going to come and take over, and then after that, look, I could just sit here and just doom and gloom the snot out of somebody to why you need to prep, and you know what's going to happen before long? Probably before I even got halfway through that little spill. Click. They've shut you off. They've turned you off. They don't even want to talk to you anymore. You've overwhelmed them. You've put it on it. Now, can some people handle being overwhelmed and maybe agree with a lot of what I just said? Yeah, absolutely. There's a segment of people out there, and there's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that segment of people. But if there's over 8 billion people that you're trying to reach, and I know my little channel, I'm not going to reach 8 billion people, but if you're trying to reach 8 billion people, what are the odds that 8 billion people all don't think the same? What's your odds on that? Probably pretty good that 8 billion people all don't think the same way. And that's probably a good thing. We like a little variety, a little spice of life. So if that's true, that over 8 billion people, and there's different communication styles, there's different religions, there's different politics, there's different ways of raising your family, there's different ways of preparing for things, then it's safe to say that having a channel that might reach a different segment out of that 8 billion people might be a good idea. Maybe there's people out there that think I should be a cookie cutter prep channel just like all the other prepper channels. Maybe that's fine. If that's your thing and you like to watch those channels, nothing wrong with that. I like watching different prepper channels. I enjoy watching the different everything we've talked about up to this point in this video. I like watching different videos. I like to get different points of view and different perspective of things. But that's not my goal. My goal is to try to reach out there and help people who are on the fence, that maybe have gone their whole life and have never prepared for anything. Not for a local storm, a tornado, a hurricane, an earthquake, fires, have not prepared for any type of a scenario at all, let alone the way that our world is right now in our economies and our world with prices increasing, all the inflation, the shrinkflation that we're seeing in our grocery stores of all the products that we buy now shrinking, and prices are going up, and the amount that you get inside that box or bottle has gone down. And we see it. We go to our restaurants. We go to the restaurants and just watching all the prices go up. We look at our homes. We see taxes going up. It adds to our monthly mortgage. People that rent are watching their rent go up. And you look at your utilities. Electric bills going up. Water bills going up. Your gas bills going up. Trash collections going up. We could sit here all day long. And you take your car to the shop. Man, that oil change is costing more than it used to. That tire rotation's gone up. Sometimes they have to order parts, and it's going to take me a month before I can even drive my vehicle because of a $10 part. And we hear all these things of people that are in the farming industry, in the cattle business. And we have some of those great folks here at House of Prep that are subscribers, and they share with us, look, the feed that we feed our animals. And some of you guys have animals that you raise that you're trying to use as a tool to be better prepared in life. In a bad scenario, you see the cost of feed and food going up. Your pet food is going up. Everything around us is going up. Look, I can sit here and get very serious with you. I have that ability. I do. I have the ability to really turn up the fear factor and get everybody wrapped up and fearful of what's going on in our life. But what I like to do is, yes, we do talk about those topics. We bring them up, but I don't want fear to settle in anybody on any level whatsoever. Is our world at war right now? Yeah, in some places, some countries are at war right now. Is there a threat of escalation and possibly nuclear and all these things? Yeah, absolutely. But I'm not going to create a video that's solely about just one topic and pound it and pound it and pound it and try to create fear and stuff on some things that you can't control. You don't have the ability to fly overseas and negotiate a peace treaty. If you do, hey, make some calls. Call the White House. Maybe they could use you. I'm sure that they'll jump on that, right? That's just the way. But here I am. See, look, I'm joking around again. But it's okay to laugh. It's okay to have all these things we discuss and understand, hey, there's a cloud that's kind of hanging around us. But do I want to live like Eeyore? Or who remembers the stories from a child? Winnie the Pooh and Eeyore. And remember Eeyore with that cloud hanging over him. Oh, is this woe is me, and everything's doomed and everything's gloomy. And do you want to live like that? Or do you want to be able to live your life and have a successful, fulfilled, memory filled with your family and having a life of not just being prepared, but enjoying life and not always feeling that burden of weight on your shoulders of all the what if scenarios? Look, it's fun to talk about the what if scenarios. I enjoy it. I enjoy watching YouTube videos on the what if scenarios, and they do a great job. So there's no reason for me to do that. A lot of people have already got that base covered. My only goal is, look, I enjoy our family here, our large subscribership that we're growing, and I'm enjoying that. It's a good out for me. It's a good hobby for me to be able to reach out and make new friends and talk and share information, and me jump on the comments and read your information, and I learn from that. We have some great folks here, and a lot of times the gold nuggets are in the comments. It's not here on the video. You go through the comments that you can glean all the gold nuggets you want. And I enjoy that. I enjoy the fact of being able to do that. But have balance. More important than anything in life is have a balance in life. You got this side over here. You got this side over here. Try to find that common ground. Try to find that way where you can still be able to get along. You can enjoy life to the best of your ability. And sometimes you're going to have to leave people on the wayside as you're moving forward on your journey, as you're making decisions in your life, as we're making YouTube channels. Unfortunately, some people just will not subscribe. Some people will never watch you again. And that's just the reality of life. But I appreciate the fact that they at least listened. They gave me a shot. They did watch my video, and I appreciate that. But I understand that some people will get left behind, even family and close friends, as you probably a lot of you well know, as you've been preparing and you have this sense of urgency in life, and that you know that you have to make better steps to ensure that you and your family can have food and eat and things in case of fill in the blank, that some people are going to get left behind. Doesn't mean that you have to not be friends anymore. Doesn't mean that. Just means you can't have these maybe in-depth conversations as often as you'd like, or to try to get people to be more common. And that's just life. That's like that in any topic that you want to bring up. You're always going to find a group of people who maybe not agree with you or maybe disagree. And you just have to understand that. But look at the stores. Look at the way things are going. There is something that's unsettling. There are things out there that does take a serious eye. And how you choose to process, how you choose to live your life, and to do that's your choice. Everyone has a free choice to do all these things, and ultimately, though, whatever the consequences are, it was your choices, so there'll be your consequences. But let that sink in, because of your choices or your non-choices, that whenever consequences do occur, and I believe at some point in everyone's life, you will be faced with some sort of curveball that life throws at you. You will be the one responsible for your consequences and have to live with them. And that's also a sobering thought. And if that doesn't get you to kind of maybe motivate you to go out and be a little bit more prepared in life, I don't know what else does. And like I said, at some point, you just have to understand you got to kick off the dust, right? Wipe off the dust and just keep moving forward, regardless of who's walking with you or not. Well, look, guys, I hope you guys have a great rest of the day. Sometimes we just got to stop and have one of these conversations because it's the reality of the world. It's not all just, unicorns and rainbows and, sunshine every day. Sometimes you do face a little bit of things that kind of, have to make you stop and think and reconsider. So, you guys, I appreciate you very much. Hey, thank you to all those who continue to use my links to do your normal Amazon shopping, whatever it is you like to go on Amazon and buy, but you do it through one of my links that's in my video description underneath. I appreciate that. If you don't mind hitting the thumbs up button, and if you've never subscribed, even if you have to go back and look at a couple of my videos, see what I'm all about, but hit that subscribe button before you decide to move on to the next one. So talk to y'all later now. Bye.